So welcome back, guys, to another one of these SCPH replay casts. I'm your host Daks, and we are still in session number 6, where the cats keep meowing, but dogs keep barking. But the StarCraft action gonna be keeping on. Introducing first, here on the bottom left of Eternal Empire, it is gonna be the Red Zerg of Museicu and his opponents. On the top right this time of the same map, it's gonna be that blue Protoss, Suebee. So guys, if you don't know Suebee is G-Boy basically, and he was able to really put up a show in the latest quarantine tournament, making it all the way to the finals, only losing out to Mr. Shenanigans himself, but really had a strong run to get on through all the way till the end, playing the Protoss race and really putting everyone to the test with his play in our gold to diamond brackets. Right here, right now though, Suebee could be setting up with the simulator, and what else can we say about Suebee? He's also such a big card fan. I've seen a lot of his stuff on the MTG side, so if you are interested in that, you should be able to get a contact point of him in the community. Anyway though, on Eternal Empire we go, and it's PvZ action. So basically, it's time to go for the chase onto those bases, making sure that they can catch up as much as possible. It's going to be very interesting actually how this is going to work out here for our two players, especially what kind of compositions they're going to go on. But it seems like it's a hatchery approach here for Mr. Museicu. He's going to go for the macro-based economy into the very start. In the meantime, here for Suebee, for Mr. G-Boy, he is going to be looking to set on up and make his standard wall onto the natural. Rock's going to be a very good way to make sure everything is standing. Anyway though, into the action we go, and if you actually check out the overlay real quick, we're gonna be looking to actually tell you guys what rank this game is, or at the very least what rank the guy who sent it in is. There you go, you can see this is a diamond based game in the replay cast in session number 6. We have our logo now, SCPH, on the top right, looking pretty snazzy there. Snug fits at the corner of our map. Now, SCPH having a little bit of a resurgence actually during this quarantine period, with the quarantine tournaments really bringing the local scene together. And it's such a good way to go about things, so if you guys haven't been able to join, you should do so. We are going to have our second iteration as of time of recording on the April of 18 and 19, so that's going to be really cool to check on out. Balan though, going to be the only power source here now for Suebee. He's going to go for Twilight Council and the Robo Facility. Only one gateway right now, so he is going to be sacrificing some early game potential or defense actually to go on over to a higher tier of tech. Luckily though, he knows what is coming. He does have an adept also looking for the scouts. Museicu will be able to see this coming. Here go with the shade being tossed on over. Suebee now started stepping, trying to make sure that he can get the kill onto those Zerglings. Overlord gonna be like, I don't want to be with this, that, gonna be backing on out after the whole grab there. Still from Museicu, he's getting some really good intel. He sees exactly what's going on, but in the meantime, in behind, the Adept already with 2 kills. Really going for that main base and gonna be floating on away yet again. Now, interesting enough, Museicu is hurting his own hatchery. That's something. And the Adept onto the third base we go. Can go for a snipe potentially onto the larva, or I guess he wants to hit the hatchery. Just be a bit of a pest, but this will take a long while as the Queen now gonna come on out. Certainly's gonna be here as well. Metabolic Boost is already online, and this Adept should go down pretty swimmingly. So in the end, Suebee is unable to really get anything done, but at the same time, due to the fact he went for the Adepts, it's a really good call here for Suebee, because he's going to be able to pump out the Immortals he wants. He also going to go for that charge lot, which he really likes in the first place. In the meantime, Museicu going to be transitioning over to bring that third base online. And for Suebee, he needs to make a surgical strike, perhaps with these Immortals and a Warp Prism to boot. Holy Artosis Pylon, as now Gateways going to be coming online yet again. This is going to be a lot of charge lots actually, and I like this composition right now for Suebee. He was able to distract, he was able to play the macro game, and as of his description, really, charge lot Immortal, a pretty good composition all around. Right here, right now, Warp Prism going to be coming online as well, very effective to go for the drops as well as those Immortal Warp Prism micro plays, making sure that the barrier going to be back into action when it goes down, making sure that the Immortals can survive and just drop on down when they need to fire. Here for museicu, he is gonna go for potentially those roaches, but these Immortals gonna be very, very scary. Now, will museicu see this coming? Notices the Warp Prism, it's very, very shiny and glowy. So this has to be our Zerg player reacting into this one. If not, he will take a lot of damage in the first place. Gonna be very, very scary to deal with. And behind though, drones right now, transitioning yet again, more and more of that macro here now from museicu. 61 workers actually, and if Suebee isn't able to get this attack to work, he will be in such a big hole. But right now, it feels like a little bit of an overdrone because Suebee is waiting right outside the base. He saw those outs transitioning on in, and here comes trouble. Charge lots right now into the forefront. Suebee gonna be dropping those Immortals as well. Third base under duress already. Here we go with the pull to try and get them out of harm's way. But who cares by this point? Suebee doesn't. He has the bigger army. He's going for the attack. And third base gonna go down. Way too greedy approach here from Suebee, from museicu rather. And in the meantime, Suebee would be wise to wait these eggs on out to get the damage that needs to be done. Charges now coming online yet again onto the roaches that just recently hatched. They go down so quickly like newborns. And in the meantime, here comes a few more roaches, but museicu just falling them on in. Now museicu is in a bit of a pickle. And by that I mean in huge trouble. He has the Evo Chambers to try and block off the ramp, but at the same time this means he only has one way to get on out, backwards. Suebee though pushing yet again. The Zealots right now on the natural we go. The drone's gonna get pulled. That's a lot of him actually, looking pretty scary. And right here right now it's all for the cleave on and surround right now courtesy of those drones onto the Zealots. It's a big swarm overall. Roaches right now getting damage that needs to be done as well. And here comes more and more of these charge lots as a Warp Prism keeping the cycle on, nothing taking care of it whatsoever. In behind on that base. It's Suebee having a great time. He's not even going for any more macro. He's just focusing on microing his units. He's making sure that he can take the win here and now. And more charge lots might be able to do it, but unfortunately he loses an Immortal already. He's gonna be wanting to build another one in behind of that and bring it all the way back into the fold, because these roaches gonna be very pesky, especially with the run on over. The Constitution making them speedy, the creep also giving them that speed boost in the first place. Right here right now though, looking for the damage needs to be done. Ravagers getting the shots, and one more bile wave might be able to do it, but Stalker reinforcements are here and now. And G-Boy, Mr. Suebee, just putting a lot of hurt against the opposition. Even if this attack doesn't work out for a victory, this has forced museicu to really invest heavily on that army. Desperate defense, and Suebee gonna look to get out away Warp Prism easily, just floating on outwards. And in the meantime, Suebee might be wise to leave a Stalker behind just to feed the swarm. So right now, the tables have been turned in terms of the worker and army count. Suebee in the lead, but has the less army. He's gonna need to rebuild very soon. And using these units that are trying to back on out gonna be a good way to stall for a time. We'll see though how this is gonna work for Suebee, as right here, right now, we'll be going for the push into this one though. Suebee by the ramp already, looking to make sure that everything is gonna be a-okay on that defense. And apparently that command doesn't work. Give me a sec, I'll fix it up after the game. But if you are interested to check out a few of the tournaments I've been able to cast already, that is the command down below for the replay packs. Here we go, the way the Ravagers is going for the bile yet again. The Stalker to take the brunt of the damage. Still, the charge lot's really heading the field, but it's way too dangerous to play charge lot without any substantial count on the Immortals against these Roach Ravagers. So it looks like the game not gonna be over yet. museicu imposing with a pretty hefty army count right now. We'll see though how this is gonna go. And in the meantime, if you do want to get your thing cast, you just type in !SC. I think yeah, the command is a little confusing, so I'm gonna have to fix that one up later on. But in the meantime, museicu, he's gonna be looking to try and transition to a more aggressive stance into this one. He knows he's already behind on that worker. He knows that he is even in terms of that basis, making him in such a bad state against a Protoss player. So he is gonna go for a pretty desperate endeavor. He is gonna try Baneling Nest instead. A little supporting units might go a long way. Splash damage can be pesky, especially against all these charge lots really running at the same time. It all depends though on how Suebee is going to play things out. He can go for the micro, make sure he gets the splits online. In the meantime though, it's going to be the Templar Archives in behind, so Archon's going to be potentially into the field as Suebee will bring the scouting charge lot to its demise. So Suebee has to make a decision. He's a little afraid, honestly, to really commit onto the bridgeway due to the fact the rocks gonna allow only one opening, one funnel to deal with. Gonna be very, very dangerous in that regard, but Suebee in the meantime gonna be bringing things over to the north side. In the meantime, still, apparently, Suebee hasn't really gotten the assimilators on the natural as of yet. And does museicu know that? Yes, he does. So it really is a very charge lot based composition here for Suebee. The Baneling Nest is going to be a pretty smart way to go about things. And since now Suebee has turned into the Templar Archives kind of guy, he is going to go for Psystorm as well. He's going to need more gas to build those blue balls of energy. Nice point though. A little bit of reprieve into the action, and you can really see the might of the charge lot immortal composition. It allows you to have a really strong front line to protect the immortals that will get the damage done onto pretty much anything it wants. But when you lose out on an immortal, your DPS drops drastically. So you're gonna need to queue up a few more of them back into the field. The more immortals, the better. Gonna be looking very, very pesky in many, many regards. In the meantime, still, Road Traverse such a, what do you say, worthwhile composition to go on. It's a very, very cost-efficient comp. It's very, very easy to make as Zerg, and with the Ravagers allowing you to have some skill shots as well to add some extra damage, it's just a good all-around package. And behind though, it seems like the Warp Prism right now with double Immortal drop on down, really hampering that natural base, but it seems for museicu, he's just gonna shrug it off and be happy to go with what he has. Things are looking really good here with Suebee. He's ahead on workers, he's looking solid on 3 bases, just like his opponent. And he can just run rampant at any point in time. He is playing it a low safe, but as I say that, it's time for the transition. The army gonna be coming on at the March of the Machines coming this way here on Eternal Empire. And it seems like the third base again gonna be under duress. Did museicu spot that out? Here comes the Warp Person though, looking for a drop. And this might be a bait and switch. We'll see how Suebee is gonna play things out. As in behind, apparently it's gonna be a Zergling run on by, and the third base will go down pretty quickly in terms of that work count. Photon Cannon gonna be a little too late in the party. Interesting Psionic Storm onto the Nexus itself, but in behind all of that, it's gonna be the army brought on back here by Suebee. Might be a little bit of a miss micro there. He doesn't want to bring everything back in the first place. But anyway, Adepts now. Golden Cannons rather, as well as Zealots. I saw the Adept and I was like, wait, Adept? Icon Adept. He did go for the Adept earlier on, and that one Adept made such a big difference, honestly. Due to the fact the Adept was there, it basically said to museicu that, you know, I have a big army in behind, so you have to be wary, don't go for the push. But I feel like a little more scouting there would have gone a long way for our Red Zerg. Very, very greedy style here from Suebee. And if, then only if, museicu was able to capitalize on that, we wouldn't really be in a scenario like this. But here comes the Zerg run on by yet again. We'll get caught by the cannons as well, a few of these Zealots. In the meantime, on to the main attraction we go. It's time for the grand finale, it's time for the grand show. As third base taking the brunt of the damage, a lot of High Templar in behind, and we'll see if Suebee can hit the storms of his streams. Here comes the storms already, and it's gonna be some pretty potent damage in terms of AoE, splashing on down yet again, tearing everything apart, and Suebee with some really good ability usage. Still though, the High Templar out in front, not gonna get turned into Archons anytime soon, might be a little risky here and now, but I digress. Damage being done in behind, more charge shots coming our way, Stalkers and Immortals making a cascade together. And museicu having to retreat yet again. Another time, another place perhaps for that third base. It just isn't happening here on Eternal Empire. Suebee looking really good, and those side storms pretty essential to get some really good DPS going. Everything clumped together, I say, hey, let's drop a storm, let's drop the demolition, let's just break over the disintegration, and now it's time for Archons to come and out instead. Still, museicu not gonna go down without the fight. He's really putting Suebee to the test. Keeping on with the pressure, having a bigger and bigger army counts. With our Zerg player running out of money and gas in the bank. He does have a lot of gas actually, but he does not have too much minerals. So right here, right now, all he can really do is make Ravagers out of those roaches. Lull of the battlefield yet again, and honestly, every single time that Suebee doesn't really attack, this does give museicu a chance to come on back into this one, due to the fact that if he has a pretty substantial army, he's going to be able to get the push on and get that third base. But I digress, it's going to be not enough right now for museicu to really overrun the opposition, but Suebee still will be playing a little bit safe rather than sorry. Doesn't want to be playing away from his warp prism in the first place, because that is going to be a good wave of reinforcements. Archon trying to warp on in will go down. And in the meantime, on the outside, it's a skirmish. museicu not paying attention. These Ravagers gonna die, and GG is called. A little hiccup there from museicu after the tit-for-tat tug of war. And in the end, just a little bit of distraction there, hurting our Zerg and his chances in this game. But overall, Suebee with a very surgical strike on to the third base of the Zerg, and it is enough to take the victory.